Ever played Half-Life and thought, you know what would improve this experience? My retina's being scorched by the light of 100 suns. Well, bucko, guess what? It's your lucky day. Say hello to Half-Life Ray Traced, the mod that puts ray tracing in Half-Life. Personally speaking, I've always considered ray tracing to be more of a luxury option than a necessity. I mean, sure, FSR and DLSS have made the option more attainable these days, but that doesn't discount the fact that you still need a ray tracing capable GPU and enough system grunt to pull it off at a reasonable frame rate. That said, I've always been interested in the transformative effect of ray tracing, especially with how more realistic and dynamic lighting can transform more graphically dated games, as we've seen with the likes of Quake 2 RTX, and now, inevitably, Half-Life gets its time in the ray traced spotlight. Some may say that the usage of ray traced lighting effects during the course of Half-Life Ray Traced would be somewhat dramatic, somewhat overbearing, and in some cases, sure, I'd be tempted to agree. Doubly so if we're talking about the toxic waste, because good God. But personally, I'm a fan of full sending the effects of ray tracing, especially in older titles such as Half-Life, because, quite frankly, subtlety. Like this example. Where is that light coming from? I don't know. This is something up in the ductwork. It's pretty though. It looks nice, and that's what I'm here for. I am here for the pretty lights. That's not to imply that subtlety doesn't exist here, however, during the course of Half-Life Ray Traced. There's actually some well-implemented low-key concessions during the course of gameplay here, such as the usage of glow sticks to draw the player's attention towards items of interest, or perhaps just to provide a cool way to illuminate the direction that you're going in a darkened environment. Even subtler still would be the use of volumetrics. This would typically be quite difficult to discern if you're just playing through with straight RTX enabled. However, one of the perks of Half-Life Ray Traced here is you can actually toggle on and off at any given time with a hotkey, allowing you to compare and contrast original, albeit running on the X-Ash 3D source port version of Half-Life, and the full whack Ray Traced version. It's genuinely useful having that toggle available to you, especially in those more subtle sections of game, just so you can appreciate what a difference it makes. And then on the flip side, obviously, it's really great for appreciating just how dramatic certain ray-traced elements can be. This hallway, for example, shortly after the resonance cascade, just had me oohing and ahhing endlessly over these blue shafts of light spilling upwards from beneath the steel grating. In terms of stuff that you can actively futz around with in the graphical settings here, you can disable or enable bloom, muzzle flashes from weapons, and something that's going to be personal preference, you can also apply a pixel filter to textures. Personally, I'm not a fan of the way textures look at modern resolutions. They're all very mushy and blurry, so pixel filter for me is a welcome addition. Curiously, there's also the ability to apply vintage filters here, but honestly, the only one that really chimed with me out of the selection here was the CRT filter, the others just seeking to emulate lower resolutions. As for the other bits and bobs included in this mod that I enjoyed during the course of my play, a big fan of the way muzzle flashes can light up darkened areas. Same goes for the energy charge of the vorts. Particularly enjoyed being able to see Gordon's reflection in the extra shiny helmet of a Barney. And also special mention to the running lights, livening up the misery that is on a rail. Anyway, that's about everything I wanted to say on Half-Life Ray Traced. Anymore, I'd just be dragging it out unnecessarily. It's a real fun and interesting way to revisit a classic. See it in a new light. Literally. Anyway, good luck if you feel like giving it a spin for yourself. I've actually seen someone run this via Steam Deck, albeit at less than optimal frame rate. And if you're wondering where you can actually bag a copy of this mod so you can try it for yourself, the link, as usual, is in the description below. Until next time, this has been Mr. Icarus. Thank you very much for watching. Icarus out.